Pulsechain is coming out very, very soon. Liquid loans is a protocol that allows somebody to borrow against their pulse. Well, there's arbitrage opportunities that I haven't seen anybody else talking about around liquid loans that does not have to do with USDL, which is the stable coin that you earn or get when you borrow. We're going to dive into the details around this. It's awesome. I think it's a fantastic protocol, right? Where you can borrow money for free, effectively, or 0% interest, and there's no payback term. So with that being said, let's dive into the video. But first, if this is your first time here, what's up? My name is Sam, and for those of you who are returning, it is good enough I can see you. Now, I put together this little example here, and in the previous video, I showed you how you can actually benefit from volatility. Right? Normally, people think of volatility as a negative thing. Well, what if you could actually benefit from price volatility? Like when the price is really volatile, when slamming down, right, or something, what if you actually got a benefit from that? Well, with this, you can. You can check out the details in the previous video before this one with liquid loans. But what if you wanted to take advantage of an opportunity because you saw it and other people didn't see it, right? And I have no idea. Maybe other people are seeing this. I don't know. I haven't seen anybody talking about it, but that doesn't mean there's not other smart, intelligent people talking about it. Well, before we dive into the free money potential there, let's take a look at how this works, because then this will give us a better understanding, right? So if we come into this protocol, just so you get to see how it works, you get to, hopefully, yeah, you can see this, okay. So you put your pulse in here, right? You put it into a smart contract and you borrow against that. When somebody borrows, when somebody locks up their pulse and they borrow against it, what they get in return is a stable coin called USDL. Now, this USDL, you could go spend it, right? Or you could put it into a stability pool. In the stability pool, you get something called the loan token for providing stability to the pool, to the ecosystem, right? You can also earn pulse from liquidated loan positions who, when the price drops too much and there's not enough collateralization, then you actually get a benefit from that. Well, this loan token is the portion that we're gonna dive in deeper to. So we don't need to cover a ton on the stability pool. You can check out the previous video where we talked about it in depth. But this loan token, right? So this loan token is going to be granted in some ratio to people who put their USDL. They're basically going to be staking it in the stability pool. So this ratio, right, is not public. I asked Jesse about this, one of the guys on their team, yesterday. It's not public yet. And what's going to happen with this loan token, the rate at which it's going to be issued from the stability pool is going to decrease over time. And there's a fixed supply of this loan token. Okay. Now, let's jump back into the spreadsheet so we can take a look at this. We have, say, 100,000 USDL, right? Whether we purchased it off of a DEX to put in the stability pool, or we took our, $1 million, put it into the loan protocol, borrowed $100,000. In either case, we have $100,000 USDL. If you're like, oh, that's too big a number, then change the fucking zeros, and you can adjust that, mental picture for yourself. That goes into the stability pool. We're getting the liquidated pulse. Now, say we get issued 11 million loan token, right? Well, let's compare that to see what is actually going on and to understand if there's an arbitrage opportunity to make free money. Well, If we go to the DEX, the Pulsechain, or another DEX, and the loan token is selling for 1 penny, then what people are going to do is just dump in USDL to drive the price down. Well, it works in the opposite direction too. So say if there's $9 million, you put in $100,000, right? And this is probably how this should work, you would think, because it's not going to be exactly 10 million, right? Let's start through, because I feel like I may have lost somebody. Oops. So you put in $100,000 and you get 10 million loan tokens. When you do that, that would equate to 1 cent, right, per loan token. Well, what if in the DEX, the loan token was selling for 2 cents, right? Then you could put USDL in and you could sell it for 2 cents and double your money. How? Let's take a look here. I should put this up here. Whoops. We have, let's see here, $100,000 divided by 10,000 equals 1 cent, right? So when this is how much you're getting in terms of the amount out of. This is what comes out of staking in the stability pool. So put $100,000 into the stability pool, we get issued 10 million tokens, loan tokens, right? That comes out to be 1 cent per, right? Now over here, let's just call this Pulsechain, right? In the Pulsechain, the DEX, we could assume, we don't know, right? Because you always got to make sure you draw these assumptions to the surface so people can see potential risks, right? Like, does that assumption make sense? No, that's fucking stupid, right? Because then you know the whole model should be changed. We could assume that there's going to be some liquidity for the loan token, and that liquidity would be probably the loan token trading with Pulse, right? It's probably going to be loan token PLS, right? Or potentially loan token and Pulsechain, maybe, right? But probably with Pulse. So assuming that there is a trading pool for the loan token, if the loan token is trading for 2 cents, then if somebody has $100,000, it makes sense, instead of going over here and buying this, come over here and you basically are buying, you're basically buying 10 million loan tokens for 1 penny. In this case, by going through the staking protocol, the stability pool. So you can go through the stability pool and buy your loan token for 1 cent. Then as soon as you have your loan token, you go to Pulse, right? So you're in liquid loans. You go through, do that, you get it for 1 penny, you take it out of liquid loans and you go to Pulsechain and you sell it, and you sell that into the trading pair that would probably be the loan token and Pulse. And you immediately double your money through this, right? And so now the same thing can work in reverse. And nobody else is talking about this, right? So say in this example, you have $100,000, you earn 10 million tokens. But what if the price is half a penny, right? Well, in that case, right, you have USDL, you earned Pulse. So this one gets slightly more complex because it gets into, like, I'm going to call it option theory, but like there's optionality to this that or other pieces that need to be factored in. So we're going to talk about that in terms of the liquidation of Pulse. But $100,000, you get 10 million loan token, right? What does that come out to be? 1 cent, right? We just described this, 1 cent. Now, in the DEX, it's trading for this. It's trading for half a penny. So what does that mean? Well, that means that that's not a good fucking move. You just bought the more expensive shit. I'll sell you more expensive shit all the time. Right? I'll buy the cheap shit and sell you the more expensive shit, right? Because that's what happens to stupid people. What you can do is you could take your $100,000 and you could go to the DEX Pulsechain and you could purchase $100,000 here. And then you could put that into the stability pool over here to earn money. So you won't be able to like make your immediate profit this way, right? But you get to double the amount of the loan token you get, right? So if in the market, if in the trading pair it's trading at 2 cents, that means immediate profit, right? And that's awesome, right? In this case, what you can do is take your money over there and you bring it into the loan protocol and you just double the amount that you can put into the staking pool, right? And you can just sit there because you can always take that out. You could always take that loan token out. So what happens to this loan token over time, right? So say you did this. You're like, I have $100,000. I see that I'm getting 1 cent worth if I put it into the stability pool versus I'm getting half a cent. I'm paying half a cent in terms of buying it in the open market. So you buy it in the open market because it's cheaper there, and you put it into the protocol and you stake it, and you actually earn more. You're going to earn a greater rate on that in the pool, and then you can just wait. You can just wait, right? So what happens when this comes back to the price of where it is? Excuse me. When this price comes back, right, to 1 cent, so that they're equal. Well, you can just take your fucking money out of there, sell half of it, and now you have free loan token, and you got your money back. Or you could sell all of it and you've doubled your money. So now, if you found this video interesting, or you want to see other videos like this, let me know down below in the comments, or jump over to Twitter in the description and say, what's up? I liked your video. Hey, you missed this fucker. You should pay attention to this. Or, oh, it's a very interesting way to look at it. And if you found value in it, take a second and share with somebody else. It really helps out the channel. It also helps out the friend. So if you're sharing this with a friend, I would assume you probably value that friend. So if you value that friend and they're going to get something out of it just like you did, then it's a win-win, right? You are helping your friend out by seeing this point of view, and you're helping out the channel grow the awareness around this and the insight that we're presenting here. So in either case, appreciate you, because your time is the most valuable thing here, and you spent that with me. So if you're still here, appreciate you. Talk to you soon. Peace. And there's also another YouTube channel related to fitness stuff that's up here on the screen somewhere. If you like fitness related stuff, you can check out that channel.